how to use skeletons in your closet to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Happy Friday the 13th. I thought skeletons in your closet would be a good idiom to talk about on Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th has a huge reputation of being a scary, superstitious, crazy day, and skeletons in your closet are pretty scary, right? This is one of those idioms where they don't really know where it came from. They don't really know the origin of it. They know that in the 19th century, British writers and British playwrights and authors were really big fans of this expression. They wrote a lot of stories about skeletons in the closet. You know, and one of the most famous stories and one of the first stories was about a man who had murdered his rival and buried him in the closet. And of course, eventually the skeleton of the man was discovered, and the person that murdered him, of course, was brought to justice and imprisoned. Well, skeletons in your closet, the expression came to mean any hidden secret that we really don't want people to find out about us or about someone else, maybe somebody we love and care about, so we help keep secrets. There's a big push on secrets, especially online, to share the secrets, share all the secrets. Now we're talking industry secrets, not skeletons in your closet secrets. Although industries and businesses, just like individuals, often have skeletons in their closet, often have things that they're a little ashamed of or not super proud of. But the things that challenge us, the problems that we've overcome, the things that we're kind of ashamed of and that were hurtful and painful and we were afraid of at the time, those things that we overcome, those become the lessons and the systems and the processes and the procedures that we can share with the people that we serve in our businesses as we're growing and building and supersizing our businesses, so that they don't have to go through all the pain of feeling like they're all alone, feeling like they're the only person that's had this challenge, trying to figure it all out themselves. One of the biggest things about challenges and challenges that become or problems or pains in our past that become skeletons in our closet are things that we didn't know how to positively resolve, right? And so we might make choices and decisions that actually make the situation worse and create more skeletons in our closet. So how can you use this? How can you use knowing that the people that you serve have challenges, they have pain points? How can you use knowing how they feel, which sometimes our feelings are the skeletons in the closet, right? Sometimes we don't want people to know that we've felt really bad about something. Somebody gets a promotion and you don't when you think you deserve the promotion, and you get jealous and behave in negative ways. That could be a skeleton in your closet, the fact that you felt jealous and envious of somebody else. And often we don't know the big picture. When somebody gets an opportunity or a job or a promotion over us, a lot of times we think we know the story. We think that we see all of their performance, yet we probably don't. So I'm thinking today about what kind of skeletons do I have in my closet? What kind of challenges and things have I overcome that I could use to build and grow my business? Now in my area of work these days, now these days it's very different than it used to be, I share a lot of stories. I share stories about challenges and skeletons that I and other people have had to overcome in order to achieve things that we want to achieve in our businesses and in our lives. And so the one caveat I have about this is there's this push online and with storytelling and sharing and even speaking and being an author, there's this push for everybody to be vulnerable. Now, there's a difference between being vulnerable and being a victim, and being vulnerable and being who you really are, and being honest about your journey and the things that you've been through and sharing those experiences with people. Being vulnerable in a way and coming from it as the standpoint of, I had this situation, I had this problem, this is what happened, this is what I did, this is what worked, this is what didn't, and this is where I am now. After you're out of that victim mentality is very different than if you're just going online or if you're just sharing a story and crying and still in the victim mode where you haven't solved the problem. If you're still mired in the problem, you're not really leading other people out of the problem and showing them the way. You're just, adding to the pity party a lot of the time. And you'll see both of that in the world, right? We see all the time, especially in the media, there's the people and the sadness and the people that are still mired in the situation. And then there's the people that are offering solutions and getting out of any particular situation, whether it's war, whether it's coronavirus, whether it's an economic downturn, whatever it is, whether it's a business failure, a tragedy, a fire, whatever it is, people are interviewed when it just happened and it's so terrible, it's the worst thing in the whole wide world. And then a day or two later, people are interviewed, that was so terrible, but this is what we did about it. This is what we did to overcome those challenges in that situation and come out stronger on the other side. And that's our role as business owners, is to serve our clients, to help them through their pain points, through their challenges, to overcome things that are causing them difficulty, to get rid of the skeletons in their closet, not just bury them, but to actually pull them out, look at them, fix them, learn from that, and move forward. That's how we best serve our customers. That's how we deal with the skeletons in the closet. Now, one of the most powerful ways to build and supersize your business is to build your business sharing the examples of how you've overcome different challenges and different pain points. It can create a system that helps people to do the same faster, easier, more efficiently, and more effectively than they could on their own. That's my favorite way to help people grow and supersize their business. Not just to share, ain't it awful stories for the sake of sharing ain't it awful stories, but for illustrating and proving to people that if you could overcome this challenge, then they could overcome it as well. That's it. I would love to know if you have any skeletons in your closet story. I'm trying to think of what my skeletons would be. Just probably mostly embarrassing moments and times when I felt bad about situations and then I learned from them. The first couple times I remember in corporate America, the first couple times I got laid off or fired, because I did get fired once from a job. It felt really, really bad, right? The first couple times it feels really, really bad. And then as you grow and get better and mature and understand, by my last job in corporate America, when the company was bought out by another bigger company and I was out the door, I didn't even feel bad. I didn't take it personally. But it took a couple iterations, right? So probably a skeleton in my closet would be the way I handled the losing my job early on versus the way I handled it after I experienced it and worked my way through that. The first time, I'm sure I felt like a victim and that ain't it awful and da-da-da-da-da, all that. But by the time it happened for the fourth or fifth time, it was just old hat. And I just knew that somehow, because I figured it out before, I would land on my feet. And so I could probably take that experience and help other people to navigate losing their job. I never have, but I coach people through it, but I have never made that a thing. But that's an example of taking something that you've experienced, a skeleton in your closet, and maybe you didn't handle it the best the first time. Now, I didn't leave any bodies behind me in closets, but that's an example of something you could use to build on, to grow and supersize your business, or to help your employees, people in your organization. Maybe they're coming to you from just going through an experience like that, or maybe you have to let some people go because they're not a good fit for your organization, and how you can help them with that transition so we can build on our experiences. That's it. Have an absolutely amazing Friday the 13th. I'll be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Hopefully we'll know where it comes from. Some of them, they've just gotten to be practices and really popular in our culture, but we don't really know exactly where they came from. We know what they mean, we know how they can apply them to our lives, but we don't necessarily know where they came from. If you have an idiom you'd like me to look into, share that in the comments below, or any thoughts you have about skeletons in your closet. Have an awesome day, and I'll of course be with you tomorrow.